Hello, D-Gens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes. I, of course, am the Brofict one, AJ, here on this Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2024. Good morning. Hope you guys are having a great Wednesday, a nice hump day here. There wasn't a lot to talk about in the world of sports today. Not a lot of news breaking. Some stuff that I want to wait till tomorrow to talk about. So we're just going to get into some picks today. Not going to have time to get into picks later today. So we're going to get into picks now and break it down for you. Looking at college basketball, NBA, and the NHL. Went about 500 yesterday. So need to do better than that. Looking to do better than that today. Before we move on, though, do just want to take a moment. Shout out to our 433 incredible followers here on Rumble. I appreciate each and every single one of you, and to the two people watching live right now, what is up? Good morning. Hope you are having an incredible day. And hey, if you like what we're cooking, hit that like button. Helps out a lot more than you know. But let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and get into it. These picks today. Starting it off in college basketball, let's get into it. I'm going to stay away from Robert Morris Colonial. Going to go straight to Michigan State and Penn State. Michigan State, 3.5-point favorites here on the road to Penn State. 144 is the total. Now, this Michigan State team is one that definitely started off slow and didn't really feel like it had everything going towards them. Was definitely expecting a more down year for Michigan State, but it doesn't seem to be going that way. They seem to be playing really good ball. I like the way they're cooking. Michigan State 3-2 in their last 5. Penn State 3-2 in their last 5 as well. Just taking a loss to Northwestern. So, I'm going to have to ride here with with Michigan State minus the 3.5. I think they're going to be I think they're going to be shooting the ball just fine, and they perform a lot better on defense. So looking at Michigan State minus the 3.5 there. Let's go. Let's keep it cooking. All right, let's talk about this one. Miami, Florida, Clemson Tigers. Tigers 7.5-point favorites here at home. And, Miami's been playing better than expected, taking a couple bad losses recently to North Carolina and Virginia, 2 in a row there. Clemson just coming up big against Syracuse and North Carolina themselves, both on the road there. So Clemson getting a nice home game now. And let me tell you something, brother. I hate betting on this Clemson team. I really hate betting on this Clemson team, and I'm not going to do it. I think this is going to be a close game. I think Miami's going to be able to keep it in there. We're going to go with Miami plus the 7.5. Thank you very much. Getting that cooking today. We love it. Georgia Tech and Notre Dame. Georgia Tech, that is a team that I have not been able to get a pulse on this season. Just a team I've not been able to get a pulse on at all. Georgia Tech, 3.5-point dogs here on the road. Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, the favorite here. Notre Dame 1-4 in their last 5. Same thing with Georgia Tech here. But Notre Dame with the most recent win against Virginia Tech. And, I think this is going to be an ugly game. I'm not going to lie. I think this is going to be a very ugly game. Notre Dame tends to play a little bit better defense, but Georgia Tech just loves to rip off points at any given moment. So I'll be taking Georgia Tech plus the 3.5 here against Notre Dame at home. Typically I would try to give a power team like Notre Dame, that pick, but I'm just not buying it today. Next one, UMass. Richmond Spiders 3.5-point favorites here at home. 144 is the total. Now, this Richmond team is solid. And I think we all need to respect that. This Richmond team is seriously a solid team. They're 17-6 on the season, playing great basketball. UMass, they show up. UMass knows how to put up points. Not even going to try to dispute that. But Richmond knows how to play the defense, knows how to get under the skin, and I think we're going to see a nice dub here from Richmond. Give me Richmond minus the 3.5, and we're going to keep it moving. Maybe. There we go. Xavier Seton Hall, 2.5-point favorites here at home. 145 is the total. Seton Hall has been a great team this year, 15-9 on the season. A little rough start, but hey, they're going to keep it moving. They are 2-3 in their last 5, dropping their last one to Villanova. Xavier coming out 3-2 in their last 5 as well. This is going to come down to defense. This is going to come down to defense, and I think Seton Hall has got the defense here. So we're going to go Seton Hall minus the 2.5. I know we're looking a little chalky today, but trust me, it's part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. Northern Iowa Panthers against Valparaiso. Valparaiso, 7.5-point dogs at home. They should be dogs. They are a bad organization, bad team. Give me UNI minus the 7.5. South Carolina and Auburn. South Carolina, 11.5-point dogs here against Auburn. Now, don't get me wrong. Auburn has been playing very good basketball lately. They've been shocking me with the basketball they've been playing. But South Carolina is the best team in the SEC. No ifs, ands, or buts. The best team in the SEC here. And I think they're really going to prove it tonight. Love the 11.5, and I'm sprinkling on that 500 as well on the money line. Just looking to keep it moving. We like it. We like it. Oregon State, Arizona State. I'm going to stay away from that one right now just because I want to take Oregon State. Everything in my body is telling me to take Oregon State plus that 7. But ASU has been able to come up sneaky, very sneaky in some positions. So going to stay away from that. Utah State, Wyoming. Let's talk about a game, another very competitive, very close game here. I like Utah State here, minus the 7. Think they're going to be working, getting it done. Let's go. Utah State minus the 7. Staying away from UNLV, Fresno State. That's an 8-leg parlay so far, plus 17,000 odds, and we still got NHL and NBA to get through. Let's go. If I can find the NHL, hold on. And boom goes the dynamite. Let's get into the NHL. All right, first game on the docket here. Got the San Jose Sharks, Winnipeg Jets. Jets 1.5-point favorites here. 5.5 is the total. How have they been playing lately? The Sharks are 3-2 in their last 5. The Jets 1-4 in their last 5, with their last win coming against Pittsburgh about 4 days ago. So a nice rest here for the Jets at 31-14. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to stay away from this game just because this line is becoming a little bit unbettable. Minus 430, minus 145 with a 1.5. Coming off of a win, but a couple of really bad losses down the stretch there. You're just going to stay away from that. Panthers and the Penguins. Penguins, 1.5-point dogs here at home. 6 is the total. Penguins have been on a slide lately, and I think they're going to continue to slide. I'm not really feeling what the Penguins have been cooking whatsoever. So I'll be taking the Florida Panthers on the money line here, minus 125. Again, not too long of odds, but just long enough for me to get there. Minus 125. Let's cook. Wild and the Coyotes. I mean, two very similar teams here. And this is not something you would have said last year. These are two very similar teams now. Coyotes won the last one 6-0 on the road. Wild 3-2 in their last 5, coming off of a nice win against the Knights a couple nights ago. And the Coyotes 0-5 in their last 5, as they should be. That's the Arizona Coyotes I know and love. But no, I'm going to ride here. I'm going to take a shot in the dark. Going to go with Arizona plus the 100 on the money line. I mean, listen, they're bad. Yes, they're bad. They aren't the best organization out there, but hey, they can go in, they can get the job done. Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes that's all you need. We're up to 10 legs now on the parlay. Let's cook. Getting it over to the NBA. Knicks, Magic. 3.5-point favorites here at home. Knicks, the road team here, they have been absolutely stinking. Magic putting up Shaq's jersey last night, the first Magic to have their jersey retired. The Magic have owned the Knicks in this series so far this season. 117-108 in the first game, 98-94 in the second. Magic coming off of that loss to OKC yesterday. Looking for a bounce back, and so are the Knicks, going 1-4 in their last 5, which has just been rough for the Knicks. I think the Magic take it here. I'm taking Magic on the money line. Not going to mess around with the points. Just don't feel it's necessary. Why take the points at 3.5 at minus 110 when that minus 165 is sitting right there? I don't hate that whatsoever. Let's roll with the Magic there, minus 165. Heat and the Sixers, staying away from this game. I do not have a good reading on either of these teams right now, and so just going to stay away from that mess. Hawks and the Hornets. Hawks 7-point favorites here going up against Charlotte. Charlotte absolutely been shit in the bed lately. I mean, they are bad. 12-41 on the season. 2-3 in their last 5, though, winning against Memphis and the Pacers. Hawks 2-3 in their last 5 as well, losing to the to the Bulls a couple days ago here. Looking for a nice bounce back spot here against the Hawks. Give me the Hawks minus the 7. Actually, hold the fuck up. I'm going to stick with the hot hand here, actually. I'm going to take the Hornets plus the 7 here. A lot of injuries on the Hawks. And I mean, yes, a lot of them are bench players, but still, it messes up the whole flow of everything. So we're going with the Hornets. Hornets plus the 7 here. Bulls and the Cavs. Cavs, 9.5-point favorites here. 9-point favorites, at home. 225 is the total. I'm going to stay off of a side on this one. And I'm actually just going to take the under 225. You look at how these teams match up in the past. I mean, they're barely getting to 200. Barely getting to 200 points. So I'm going to take the under here, 225. Let's ride. Pacers and the Raptors. I have absolutely no faith in this Raptors team right now. So we're going to ride with the Pacers minus the 5. Thank you very much. Nets, Celtics. Didn't they just play last night? They did just play it last night. They're just switching stadiums now. Last night, the Nets did lose to the Celtics 118-110, pushing on the spread yesterday. So now it's up to 13 with Boston playing on the home court. I mean, back-to-back, hard to beat a team twice in a row. Just going to stay away from this game altogether. Wizards, Pelicans want nothing to do with those two shit shows of a team. Rockets, Grizz, same thing there. San Antonio, Mavs, don't want to take the points there with the Mavs. Lakers and the Jazz. Is someone out on the Lakers? Staying away. I really don't like a lot of these NBA games today. Just don't like the matchup. Don't like the lines they're hanging. They're just not solid right now. Suns and the Pistons. Let's take a look at that. Suns and the Pistons. Suns 13-point favorites here. 12.5 at the Sunbook. So again, shop your lines. Suns, the last time they played, won by 14. And don't get me wrong, Pistons haven't done much to step up. Bradley Beal out for the Suns. Maybe report back today. But again, the Suns just riddled with injuries this entire season. They're 4-1 in their last 5, just dropping one to Golden State by 1. So maybe this is the Suns team we've been waiting for this, that we've been anticipating for the arrival. And so finally seeing it here might be a good thing. We'll take the Suns minus the 13. And when I say I'm going to hold my breath on this one and pray, I'm holding my breath on this one and pray. That's going to be a tough spot. Kings and the fucking A. Kings and the Nugs. $135, $120. Kings have won these last couple. And the Kings are trending in the right direction. I kind of like the way they're playing. I'm going to take the Kings plus the 6 here. Take the Kings plus the 6 here. Nice bounce spot on the road. Maybe they catch Nuggets sleeping. Who knows? Staying away from Clippers, Warriors, just not feeling that game whatsoever. Take a look at the bet slip. That's a 16-leg parlay. Our picks for today, we're going with Michigan State minus 3. Miami plus 7.5. Georgia plus 3.5. Georgia Tech, Richmond minus 3.5. Seton Hall minus 2.5. Northern Iowa minus 7.5. South Carolina plus the 11.5. Utah State minus 7. Florida Panthers on the money line. Coyotes on the money line. Magic on the money line. Hornets plus the 7. Under 225. In Chicago Bulls, Cleveland Cavaliers, Indian Pacers minus the 5, Suns minus 13, Sacramento Kings plus the 6. Again, just a nice little 16-leg parlay plus 250. No? Is that 2 million odds? That's 2 million odds right there. That is not bad. Not bad. That's not a bad way to, spend your Valentine's Day. You hit a 16-legger. Hey, you can pay for dinner tonight. Huh? Isn't that nice? But yeah, shorter show today, just keeping it shorter. We'll be live tomorrow morning with more morning sports talk. We'll be covering all the major news in sports from the last couple of days, along with my picks. And yeah, hey, that's all I got today. But hey, thank you all again for listening, watching. Shout out again to our 433 followers here on Rumble. We appreciate each and every single one of you. And if you do, in fact, like what we're cooking, hit that like button. Helps out a lot more than you know. But with all that being said, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. I, of course, am the Brofict one, AJ. And I'll see you next time on Degenerate Takes.